Welcome to the Small Business Show Live. My name is Swai from Garuda Promo. Today, we're happy to have Lucious Davis, CEO and founder of 4Elite Training Academy. Good morning, Lucious.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, good. So please tell us a little bio, about yourself. I wanted to know the connection. I always wanted, have my passion to be in a business. You actually have done that. So would you please tell us about your background and how you came up with the training academy?
Okay. I'm Lucious Davis. I'm originally from Atlanta. Went to Westlake High School, where I graduated in 2006. All throughout life, I pretty much just played sports, played all major sports, and then focused on football more when I got into high school. I went on to play football my freshman year in college. After that, got into some academic trouble and ended up coming back home. After that, I just got into coaching with my dad, coaching my little cousin's youth football team, and that kind of led me into training one-on-one. So after I started training one-on-one with kids, I actually felt like I could probably do more. And while I was in Atlanta, I was working for a medical device company where I was in a lab. So I was just doing training on the side. Long story short, my wife decided to move back to California, where she's originally from. And when we got out here, I was decided to not just go back into the rat race of life. I decided to just go ahead and pursue what I love to do, which is coaching and training kids. So when I got out here, I started coaching with the Flex football team, and then I was like, let me see how I can make a bigger impact. So I started looking into developing a nonprofit, and I decided to make my nonprofit based on sports. Kind of wanted to bridge the gap between education using sports. So I was like, bringing two things together that pretty much everyone loves is a great way to, get people active, help them reach goals and things of that sort.
Yeah, that's a good story, and thanks for sharing it. It's always nice to follow your passion, and you did exactly that.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the nonprofit that you run and how are you reaching out, to help the community?
Well, the nonprofit is basically our focus is to the promotion of health and fitness, youth sports, as well as education. With our programs we have in health and fitness, we plan to do fit camps, um, health fairs, as well as nutrition workshops for underserved communities, because a lot of them, they live in food deserts and they don't have access to those type of healthy foods. We also focus on youth sports, which is one of the big things that helped a lot myself and a lot of my friends kind of get from the lower end and just kind of just working our way to school. It kind of gave us a little bit more hope. So I decided to do youth sports for AU basketball, as well as
I think Lucius is having a little bit connection problem. So if you do have any information or questions for Lucius, please do type them in the chat.
not just preparing them for the SAT and AC. So people aren't prepared to go to college and really understand like what entails what you really have to go through while you're in college. Want to highlight after school to help those kids that need like that safe haven to be at instead of the environment that they are. A lot of times, that environments that they are in, our focus is just trying to bring in the gap between what we call, the education gap, where kids in urban areas or low income areas don't seem to have the same opportunities. So we want to try to give them those opportunities where they are able to develop self discipline, find the importance of goal setting, and really just good habits to kind of break the bad ones that they might grow up in.
Yeah, I agree with hard work. I remember seeing you posting on social media. One of the T-shirts that you had is "No excuse." It's all about hard work. So, want to jump onto this question real quick. We are all impacted by COVID-19, and especially I know talking to a lot of nonprofit myself, it has a big impact for nonprofits because normally in the summer month, this is where they have their outdoor event like yourself, training, summer camps, to help people, and especially by year end, we have galas, we have the donation drives. So how does that affect what you do, and what are some of the other pivot techniques that you have for your nonprofits?
Oh, well, it was pretty rough because I actually started the nonprofit in December of 2019. So I had big plans to implement my mentoring program as well as the AAU basketball program for this year. So I started the fundraising, and then once COVID hit, it kind of put everything on a halt because I wasn't able to get meetings with in-person meetings with like high schools and middle schools, in which I wanted to actually do because people weren't allowed on campuses. Um, it's really just been kind of a blessing in disguise as well because it kind of helped me develop a little bit more on what I want the nonprofit to be.
Mhm.
The basics of just not being able to meet with people, it kind of made me kind of use some social media um as a networking platform, like on LinkedIn. I've reached out to so many people just trying to bring awareness to what I'm trying to do, and just keep people keep people my organization people's forefront, because I feel like it's a great organization. I feel like we really want to make an impact, because I know this year I wanted to do a back to school drive for like kids that as with like pencils and crayons, all the basically necessary needs. So I wasn't really able to organize that. I wanted to do a health fair for people just to understand that a lot of the leading causes of death are actually preventable. So diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, those things, exercise and diet. So I'll do a health fair for those that aren't really able to get out and get the adequate health care that a lot of Americans do have, but some in the lower income, they either don't have it or they're kind of afraid to go do it, or they might not even be insured. So I just kind of want to do things like that.
Yeah, I do agree, and I've been following you on social media, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook. I think your messages and the way that you market your nonprofits is great because when we think about LinkedIn, we think about business people wearing suits, sitting down, but then you actually have videos on there to challenge people to get more active, and then you have different videos on there. So I like fitness myself. So any tips for viewers that are watching right now? There are maybe we put on a few pounds, we haven't been active, we're afraid that, some of them don't want to go out to work out. Are there any things that we could stay healthy and fit at home that you can share?
Yeah, of course. One of the biggest things is like when it comes to fitness is your diet. And by diet doesn't mean like you have to cut out certain things or remove like meat or it's all based on however that person feels. So that's one of the big things in the health industry. It's just, eat what makes you feel good, but at the same time, you have to have moderation when it comes to, fast food. Because even though I am a trainer, I do sometimes cheat and have like an In-N-Out burger like once or twice a week. But I also stay active. I'm always running. So one of the big things you can do at home, if you can just like walk for 30 minutes, power walk around your neighborhood, or you can maybe jog for like 30 minutes, maybe even jog for 10 minutes, just to get your blood flowing and just kind of get those muscles activated. Because as we get older, but they say if you don't use it, you lose it, and that's exactly what happens. You can even do like at-home workouts. You can do like I tell some of my kids I just train. Do like 100 push-ups like at nighttime, like while you're watching TV. Commercial comes on. You can do like 25 push-ups or 25 sit-ups. So you're still being active. It's you really only need like 30 minutes, at least 3 to 4 times a week, just some type of activity, whether that's power walking, running, doing jumping jacks. You can jump rope if you really want to. Jump roping is a great exercise. It helps with your cardio as well as burning calories. So so one of the big things I would say is diet. Make sure you eat your fruits and vegetables. Make sure you have a lean meat. Make sure you have grains and carbs. A lot of people like to cut out carbs, but you actually need carbs for like long-term energy, because if it actually slow your metabolism down if you don't have enough carbs, because you're basically burning energy that you don't have. Just being active in any type of form. If it's only 10 minutes a day, just get active. Just start.
Mm-hmm. Let's jump back to the nonprofits part of what you do. And have you been doing virtual fundraising? Like, what are some of the technique and strategies that you have done so far, since we can physically go out and fundraise?
There's been a couple things I've done. I've done virtual fundraising pretty much the entire pandemic. I actually had some T-shirts that I've made that I sell on my website. That those proceeds actually go to the nonprofit. None of it is actually profit for me. It's just everything goes back to the nonprofit. I've done like a special what is it called? Pretty much T-shirts. I've done just a call to action, just trying to get people to understand like who we are and what we stand for. Just reaching out to anybody that will listen. Just trying to bring those funds, because I really want my foundation to work. But this is one of the T-shirts that I do have on the website. It's the No Excuses. No shortcuts, no excuses. I work hard. This is one of my favorite ones that we actually have, because I feel like
I like that too. That's the one I was talking about.
Yeah, that's the one that like really means a lot to me, because I feel like life isn't fair, but at the same time, if you work hard and you work just at least a day, or just if it's just 5 minutes on your growth, if you're just working on yourself or working on your company or working on whatever you're passionate about, it starts to compound, and it will help you in the long term. You might not get instant gratification, which a lot of people want, but long term it'll pay off for you a lot more. So that's one of my favorite shirts. I feel like that's kind of like my motto I live by. Now, I don't feel like you need no shortcuts or no excuses. If you work hard, you can get whatever you want. And even though this is a pandemic, I've never been negative about anything that I've done or anything that I'm doing, because I know it's going to better myself as well as the world around me.
Yeah, I like that, and I agree with what the T-shirt said 100%. Like, I think in life, in business, you have a goal that you want to work towards to. For example, when you say 100 push-up, I bet that a lot of people, 90% of the people out there can't do 100 push-up. But then if you keep working on it, I won't use the word workout, I would even use the word practice. If you practice on your push-up every day, you might not be able to do 100 push-up today, but if you practice every day, eventually you'll be able to do it. That's exactly what we do in business. You can achieve the revenue that you have today, but then if you keep working on it, keep practicing, somehow, someday you're going to get it. And love those t-shirts. Did you design all the t-shirts by yourself?
Yeah, so I feel like I'm a pretty creative person. So yeah, I've created all the t-shirts that's on our website. I just like whatever kind of I've seen throughout the day or just how I'm feeling, I'll just go about that and just, feel like I need to make it a t-shirt.
Yeah, I think it's motivated. If you wear the t-shirt, you think that this is, I'm going to live up to what it says on the t-shirt. There's no slacking.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Just being, positive about everything will go a long way too. So
Okay, look, I wanted to have your take for the future outlook. Obviously we are hopefully getting close to the end of the tunnel. But for a nonprofit and also for your personal training business, obviously, I'm sure that you've been doing online training. You're maybe do a social distancing type of training. What would you see, first of all, in the personal fitness industry? And then second, also want to get your take on do you think the outlook will be for running a nonprofit?
As far as the fitness, I feel like it's going to start transitioning a little bit more online. Just simply because it's a lot easier for people to work out on their time as long as they have like a good person to kind of keep them accountable. So that's one of the big things. That's the in person. That's what you kind of get because you have to show up to a location. But if you're online, it's kind of like, hey, it's up to you to do this, but at the same time, I'm going to check in with you every day to make sure that you did your workout, what you eat that day, and things of that sort. So I feel like fitness wise, it's going to shift a little bit more online. I feel like it's going to actually, it's not going to ruin like the whole fitness industry. It's just going to make it a little more convenient for people. I feel like gyms are still going to thrive because fitness is it's one of the biggest things that everyone needs. So it's definitely a need. Some people feel more motivated going into a gym. So I feel like that's still going to be prosperous. I feel like just there's going to be a shift to online, but at the same time, it's going to stay in gyms as well. For as the nonprofit goes, man, I'm pretty much just really learning on the job. So I feel like it's gonna like when it comes to fundraising, people are gonna kind of try to find different ways just because of we never know what's going to happen. Like I did want to do a gala this year as well, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. So you kind of have to be creative in different ways of just coming up with funds because I mean, as a nonprofit, you don't have like any money that's starting with. You kind of have to raise it from bottom up. And I feel like there's going to be a lot more focus on interactive kind of online bidding, maybe just people kind of collaborating a little bit more with each other to kind of maybe do like collaborative fundraisers, whether that's through like t-shirts or maybe it's through gift cards or a raffle that's online or something like that. So I feel like there's going to be a big shift in the nonprofit industry, even though I'm still learning a lot about it. I feel like there is going to be a big shift.
Yeah, I think for both passion that you're working on, you're right. And maybe 4 months ago, if you tell me that I could find a trainer online, I'll say no, no. I want a personal attention. I want a trainer to be there. But then after we experiencing calls and video conferences like this, I'm comfortable to reach out to a trainer that I really like out of state. It's the same program. Like you're right. They're keeping me accountable. Same program that I already can do some part by myself, or maybe I just need to, get a good camera angle to show them my form or whatever technique that I'm doing, and then they're able to critique and improve my skills and performance, for the internet. So I think we kind of broaden our horizon. Now you could actually reach out to people all around the world right now if you like. And for the nonprofit part, there are, we have to open up to a new world. Some of the big in-person gathering we're not able to do, but then like yourself, you're thinking very creative. You're using t-shirts, you're modeling on Instagram with the t-shirt. So there's something that we can all jump onto, and you just have to be creative. And I know that you're the type of person that pay attention to the market. You see that here are some of the things that people are able to do and people are getting response. Can I use that for my company or my nonprofit to be able to do that? I see that you're able to recognize those trends and you're using them. So great applause to what you can do, and you can see the market. So I think that's something that we all need to be able to work on. Maybe what have worked for us so far for the past 20, 30 years have worked for us, but now this is what the situation is. Are you going to change? Or are you just going to sit in your head? That goes into fitness, right? That goes into a nonprofit. That goes into running a business. It's just you have to adapt and change. Maybe you wanted to go to a gym, but then the gym is not open right now. So I bet that there are other things that you could do right now. You don't just stop and eat chips and watch TV.
Yeah, definitely. But like a lot of people say, don't reinvent the wheel. So if it's working for somebody else, it can work for you too. You just don't copy them. Just try to see how it can fit into whatever you're trying to do. Then you just kind of either improve it or just kind of go with it and just work it. So.
Yeah, it's a great conversation. So I'm going to put your contact information in there for both training and for nonprofit. Do reach out to Lucious. Before we end, what will be a good partner for you to reach out for the nonprofit part? Like, what are there a type of organization or business you're trying to reach out to that could help you grow the nonprofit?
Really, I've reached out to a lot of mostly sports executives because I kind of want them, like people that's in sports, they'll kind of understand where I'm coming from, even though I know a lot of people wants to help, but sports in general is kind of like a brotherhood within itself. So that's one of the things that I really wanted to reach out to. I reached out to a lot of people, especially out here in LA, a few people with like that have their own thing going on, but they still work with like the Kings or the Clippers. So like things like that. I always want to work with sports based teams. I met this one guy. He's awesome. He actually does a program where they teach kids, life in sports, the careers in sports, and that's one of the things that it's kind of big with me because I feel like it's so hard to become a professional athlete. Only like a quarter, maybe not even a quarter, less than 0.25% of people that play high school sports actually go to the professional level. But there's also opportunities that's in front offices of sports organizations. You can become an agent. You can become a accountant for a football player or a basketball player or something. There's different ways that you can, be in sports, but you don't have to play it. And, if somebody has a passion for sports, just because you don't make it to the league doesn't mean you can't be a part of it. And I've been trying to connect with people that kind of have some type of connection with like the front office, so I can kind of teach kids, hey, this is what you can be, even though you might not make it to the league. You go get that degree, whether it's in business marketing, business management, whatever it is. You can still be in sports without actually being an athlete.
Yeah, there's so much involved around the sports industry. You could be anyone really to supporting, or even sometimes I make the analogy that the best player doesn't make the best coach. Or you could be a regular player, but you're a great coach, or you could be like yourself, a fitness trainer. All athletes are going on personal training outside of what they do normally if they want to be good. Or you could be a doctor, or you could be even in entertainment. You could be a news anchor, commentating about sports. That could be a big number of ways that you could be involved if you like the sports. So limited opportunity. Love the conversation here, Lucious, and hopefully, all is well to all of us, and hopefully, we can see you on the fields again.
Oh yeah, definitely. I really appreciate you having this time with me. I appreciate you giving, highlighting my organization because we've been working hard and we, want as many people to know who we are as possible. So I really appreciate you for having me on.
All right, take care. Good to see you
All
today.
right. Thank
Bye.
you.